You're my favorite person. 15 minutes. No, I'm going to speak for 33 hours. Look at this. What is happening on the bottom? China is up 42% this year. 43%. You see the other red circle, the financial stocks. They're up 52% since March 9th. But they fell 90%. You understand? AIG went from 100 to 1 to 2. You see what I mean? So you have to keep this in perspective, these percentages. Don't let the percentages deceive you. One morning I wake up and I say the problems are finished, that we're all now going to move to a much nicer environment. And the next morning I wake up and say the problems, this is a bear market trap, and that we are basically, this is a pause because we have earnings coming out, we have job losses, and we have really not started to have the second and third act of this big meltdown. Keep going. Now we can make some speed here. Sarah, please. More. You see down at the bottom there where it says optimistic versus pessimistic forecasting bias. 1 year ago, nobody even used the recession word. Today, we overuse the depression word. We've gone from excessive optimism maybe to excessive pessimism. Maybe excessive pessimism. Sarah, when I do that to you, that means when I do that to you, that means you press the button. Okay. Keep going. Okay, you want to see a big positive story about Pakistan and the emerging markets? Look at this chart. This chart shows that the rich countries are not having children and they're running out of people. Okay? You can see up there that Asia, the top line, Asia outside of China, India, and Japan, that includes Pakistan, over the next 40 years is going to add 573 million people. It's going to add 50%. Okay? China, which is the second line, over the next 40 years is going to add 110 million people. Asia outside of China, India, Japan is going to add 5 times more people than China does. China's going to add 110 million. The rest of Asia is going to add 500 and some million. India is going to add 697 million people. What is 697 million people? Look down to Europe. Go down to Europe. And go to Europe now. Go to the left for Europe. You see Europe? Europe is 700 million people. India is going to add another Europe. It took 2,000 years of French kissing, Italian wine, and German sausage to make 700 million people, and in only 40 years of spicy curry and advanced Kama Sutra techniques, India is going to make another Europe. Look at Africa, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to add 1 billion people, and those billion people want to go to Europe, and Europe does not want them. You remember when the French, they burned the cars outside of Paris for 14 nights in a row? October 2005, Clichy-sous-Bois outside of Paris. I said that Paris is going to figure out a way to keep Turkey out of the European Union because they don't want 70 million Muslims walking around Paris. They just don't. Okay? And the Africans want to go to Europe, and Europe does not want them. Now, look, Japan, we just skipped over Japan. Japan has they're going to lose 27 million people over the next 40 years. They're going to lose 21% of their people. Japan needs immigration like crazy, but they hate immigration. In all of Japan, there's only 3 Filipinos, and they know where each one of them is. And Europe, losing population, losing 88 million people. United States will add 120 million people, more than China adds. China 110, US 122. That's immigration. We hope some Pakistanis come. We hope some folks from Latin America come, okay, from all over the world. And so this is one of the things. Demographics is destiny.